lovies, and welcome back to Crazy But Not Dangerous. I'm Shorty Vaughn, and it's dinner time. And we're answering the age-old question, what's for dinner tonight? Yay, hooray, nachos. Yeah, the ultimate Mexican comfort food, nachos. I'm super excited about it. Let's get down to it. I have a pound of ground beef here. Got this out of the freezer this morning to thaw. Yay, hooray. I also have 1/2 pound of beef chorizo, and that is a spicy beef product. It's already seasoned with all of the taco seasoning and what have you. Mine is mild. Now, if you don't prefer chorizo, go ahead, cook your ground beef and just add a little taco seasoning to it. I won't probably need much because this is very, very flavorful. So I'm going to add them both together. I'm going to turn this on like a 6, and I'm just going to go ahead and let that get started. I also have a bunch of leftover onions from family dinner night, so I don't have to do any onion chopping today, and that in itself is almost a Christmas miracle. So I am going to add a hefty amount of that. Maybe that's a 1/2 cup. I'm okay with that. Absolutely. Also from family dinner night, I cut way too many tomatoes. And so we are going to take some of these and we are going to give them a chippity chop. And then I think what's going to happen is whatever we don't use tonight in our nachos, on top of our nachos, I think I'm going to go ahead and just put this into the dehydrator and get some more tomato powder going. Absolutely. So some of these are a little bit soggy because they've been at the bottom, and that's okay because I'm going to chop them up and put them right in with my meat and my onions, and so it won't matter that they're a little bit soggy. They haven't gone. They're just not, the best, like for a sandwich or something like that. They're still perfectly good. I gave them a little taste up. They're going to be fine. And they're going to be even better when they sit in there with all of those yummy, delicious seasonings and onion and what have you get all mingled together. Yay, hooray. So I don't really care how these get chopped, just smaller. Because they're going to sit in there, and I'm going to let those just like mix and mingle for 30, 35 minutes, something like that. We've got about an hour and a half until dinner time, so I'm in no rush at all. If you didn't have leftover tomatoes, a can of Rotel with the onions and the chilies and everything like that, you get just fine. If you didn't have a can of Rotel, but you had a can of diced tomatoes, still in, still working, still going to be delicious. If all you have is a little bit of hamburger meat, maybe a little bit of onion powder, some taco seasoning, yeah, it's going to be delicious. But I just want to use up all of the leftovers in my refrigerator as quickly as possible because I hate waste. Yeah. So I'm not even going to wait. I'm just going to go ahead and put them all right on in there. There we go. Let's get a little spoon. That one looks good today. We'll just mash up our hamburger and our chorizo and get those onions going. I'm not adding any additional oil to this because that's an 80-20 hamburger and it should have plenty of fats to be released. I know the chorizo is going to have plenty of fats and seasonings and everything like that. But I'll keep my eagle eye on it. If it looks like it needs moisture, I might add some water. How much taco seasoning to put in? Well, I would say at least 1 or 2 tablespoons. Typically in one of those little taco seasoning packets, There's typically 2 tablespoons in there. So, but it also kind of depends on the strength of your taco seasoning mix and also how spicy that your family enjoys it. If your family doesn't really like the spice, if you're not used to all of the, strong Mexican flavors, yeah, maybe you just put 1 tablespoon in. If you're really on the mild side, maybe you just do half of a tablespoon. You can always add more, but once you get it in there, it's really hard to take it away. Okay, so my hamburger, chorizo, tomato, onion mixture has been browning for about, 5 to 6 minutes, that kind of thing. It's looking pretty good. There's not much fat in there at all. Not really enough to even worry about draining off, but I'm going to go ahead and blot it a little bit with a paper towel. Really, my meats have been so lean lately. When they say 80-20, I expect quite a bit more fat than that. But I guess I can't complain about lean meat. Yay, hooray! And just blotting this up the best that I can. I don't want to drain all the fat off of it because I do want my meat to be a little bit flavorful. So there we go. I think that's a good compromise. I am going to add about a half cup of water to this because I still want those flavors to kind of mix and mingle in there together, all yummy and delicious. Now you'll see that it turned really red. That is from all of the paprika and all of the spices in that chorizo. That's, yeah, yup. That's going to get all back incorporated, and that meat and those tomatoes and onions are just going to stew just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to about a 4. That should do it for me. I might even put a lid on it. I'm also going to add some of this Mrs. Dash Southwest Chipotle. It's a no salt seasoning, and it's kind of like a taco sauce. It has a really good smoky flavor from those chipotle peppers, and that is going to just add a little certain something to my nacho meat over here. Yay, hooray. For me, the nachos, the best part, the toppings, the cheese, the tomato, some cilantro, if you like it. If you don't, just leave it out. All the toppings. That's my favorite part. Crispy chips. Yay, hooray. Let's get going. I'm going to let this reduce until almost all of that half cup of water that I added is gone. I want it to be fairly dry. And then we're going to put the secret ingredient in. Yay, hooray. Alrighty, so these are tortilla chips I had left over from family dinner. We had a lot of chips, and these were left over, and I thought, what better way to use them than in nachos? And that should be absolutely plenty for Andrew and I. I like to use the leftover chips for nachos because I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to about, 300 degrees. And then I'm just going to go ahead and re-toast these and freshen them up at that temperature, 5 to 7 minutes. I'm going to keep my eye on it. What are you cooking for dinner tonight? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know what's for supper. Yeah, what's on your meal plan? Let me know down below. So while we're waiting for this to cook, I'm going to tell you a story that my little niece told me. My little niece, Cookie, told me this weekend at family dinner. So she has a big dog, and it's a Belgian something or another, kind of like a German Shepherd. I can never remember the name, but I'll put it across here if I remember. Anyhow, super smart dog. He got sick, had to go to the veterinarian. So they go to the vet. My niece is kind of upset about the whole situation, and they're in one of the exam rooms, her and the dog, waiting on the vet, and she has to go to the bathroom. So she sticks her head out, and there's a vet tech walking by, and she says, "Hey, do you mind if I go to the restroom and leave my dog here in the examination room?" And the vet tech says, "No, no problem. Just shut the door behind you really well." Okay, no worries. So Cookie goes to the bathroom, and while she's in there, she hears this, cacophony, this rustle around, this dog barking, dog fight kind of thing going on in the lobby of the vet's, and she knows it's her dog. She knows what it sounds like. So, she just barely stops, pulls up her pants, runs out front, and there is her dog in a fight with another dog, and she's yanking, and the other owner's yanking and everything. And the vet is upset, and the front desk attendant's upset, and the owner's upset. Everybody's upset. And the vet says something to my niece about, "We told you to close the door to the exam room when you went to the bathroom." Cookie says, "I not only closed it, but I double checked that it was closed really well because I didn't want anything to happen." And the vet says, "Well, all of our exam rooms have cameras. Let's go look at the footage." So they go to the front desk, and they bring up the camera footage for the exam room that she's in. And there it is. And you can see Cookie telling her dog to behave. She's going to be back in 1 minute. You can see her go. You can even see her checking the door to make sure that it is shut. And this brilliant dog of Cookie's waits for her to go, whines twice, goes over to the door, looks at it, jumps up, pushes down the handle with his paws, and then with his teeth locks onto the handle and pulls forward, manages to get his body out, between the door and the jamb, and there he goes. He's off. He opened the door and pulled it open. Yeah, two complex things that I've seen several humans fail at lately. Yeah, so her dog let himself out of the examination room, and went out front, started a ruckus, started trouble. Nobody was injured, everybody was fine, and she's showing me the footage because she's recording it from the monitor at the vet's office, and the vet's just standing there. Holy bleep, bleep, bleep. The dog let itself out, and anyhow, so she's got one smart dog. The dog's on the mend. He's going to be okay. Nobody was injured in the ruckus, but the dog let himself out. It's a good thing he didn't let himself out the front door. So now he has a note in his file that when he's in an exam room, his leash has to be attached to, like a stanchion kind of a thing, so that he doesn't escape. It's on his permanent record. He's in the doghouse. I thought that was great. And he's a really smart dog. I wish I could remember the name of that breed. They're kind of like a German Shepherd. He's a big, beautiful boy. His name is Gunner. Anyhow, he's fantastic. And we have almost reduced all of the liquid in here from that 1/2 cup. Absolutely. I'm ready for the secret ingredient. Are you ready for the secret ingredient? That's it. It's the secret ingredient. Campbell's cheddar cheese soup. Yeah. I think it's great. I think it tastes great. I think it's excellent in nachos. I'm not mad at it at all. That little bit of liquid that's left over with those chorizo spices and the ground beef and the onion and the tomato are just going to love mingling with the cheddar cheese soup. Yay, hooray. You can find this, just where all the rest of the condensed soups are, the cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, all of those. And we'll go ahead and just give that a stir in. That is going to make my nachos extra cheesy, extra delicious. I'm not going to be mad at it at all. Yay, hooray. and just get that all stirred in. Gonna turn my oven on to that 300 degrees. I'm gonna turn this down to about 2 and just let that get on in there and get super yummy and delicious. And if you think that's the last of our cheese, well, nope, we're gonna have some more. Yeah, it's the ultimate comfort food. I love nachos, and I've kind of had, a day. So you know what? I'm gonna eat some comfort food. I'm gonna have some nachos. All right, I'm gonna get my chips in there, get them all toasted up, bring out all of my toppings so we can start getting everything assembled and ready for dinner. Yay, hooray. Bring it down here to see the cheesy, yummy goodness. I can hardly wait. Yeah, that's soup. That's gonna make sure that every bite is just full of yummy, delicious cheese. Nobody's gonna get ripped off today. And there is plenty for lunch tomorrow. Yeah, that's gonna be a good lunch. Okay, well, my oven is all preheated. I'm gonna go ahead and slide my chips in to toast up. And like I said, just 5 to 7 minutes will be more than enough time to get those all golden and toasty. Yay, hooray. Hey, well, I've got a second. Thanks everybody for liking and subscribing and sharing. You're helping to grow my channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate your love and support. And I got big squeezy hugs. Yeah, and smooches. Right back at you, babies. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, now's a good time to do it. Go ahead. The button's right down there. Let me tell you that subscribing to my channel is never going to cost you a dime. There's no membership fee. There's no special content for members. You'll get all the content that this lady can create, and it'll be available for everyone. Yeah, just bubbling away. It's all ready. It's gonna go right on top. I'm gonna go set up the TV trays. I'm gonna get the channel turned on for Jeopardy. All right, those chips are just about ready to come out. You're gonna smell them. They're gonna smell toasty and delicious, and grab them quick because they can go from toasty and delicious to burnt in a New York minute. So let's grab those babies up. Yeah. And then I have some white and yellow shredded cheddar. And while those are toasty and warm and delicious, I'm going to give them a light sprinkling of cheese to start getting them melty. And then we're going to start our assembly. So I like a little bit of the beef chorizo cheese on the bottom. That's how I like to layer mine up. And then I'm going to take some of those warm tortilla chips and go ahead and put those right on top of that. I have to admit that I like my nachos just a little bit, some crisp and delicious and some kind of saucy and soggy. I know, it's weird. But it's your house. You make the nachos the way you want, baby. It'll be all right. Go. And then I'll put a little bit more of the meat sauce on there. Yay, hooray. Ooh. And a little bit more of the cheese on top of the meat sauce. And that's going to get all melty and delicious. Got some tomatoes. These were the good cherry tomatoes I got at the 99 cents only store. Those are going to be fabulous. Also have a little bit of cilantro because we love it. But I know some people think it tastes like soap. And yeah, you think it tastes like soap? Put it on your nachos, baby. You want to enjoy them. Got a little bit more of the diced onion. Put that on there. Ooh, and we have, let me show you, some sliced jalapenos. Now these come from a can. I think they're delicious, but my favorite part is in this can of jalapenos, it always has a little bit of carrot. And those hot pickled carrots, oh yes please and thank you. I will have one. I'll save one for Andrew. I'm going to put those pickled jalapenos on there. Absolutely. And then we also have a little bit of shredded greens. I'm going to put some on there too. Just because we're having junk food, it's no excuse for not getting your veg in too. So there we go. We've got some greens. Yay, hooray. And then I have sour cream. And I have full fat sour cream. We're going all out, baby. Put a dollop of that on there. I'm all out of olives. Otherwise, I would add olives too. Okay, there we go. It's my tower of nachos. It's got the beefy cheese sauce with the chorizo. It's got sour cream. It's got extra cheese. We've got some veg on there. We're gonna eat like fat cats. All right, my lovelies, I think this looks delicious. Be good, be careful, look both ways. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Crazy But Not Dangerous.